So we were just talking about it. We were down here back in 2018 with the Jeep and our off-road trailer. I'll insert a picture here. But we were camped right about over where that silver trailer is over there. There's a spot over there on the ground that it looked like little volcanic marbles that were just all over the ground. So new territory from here on out. Too bad we don't know anybody named Bates.
No one at all.
Well, it's not been too bad of a trip thus far. Of course, we haven't gone very far. But, wow. What a country. After paying the $25 road access fee, we continued on to Bates Well and the one-time home of cattle rancher Henry Gray. Henry Gray and his family before him lived on and with the harsh desert environment which surrounds his home. Cattle was the going concern in those days, and although it was against National Park Service regulations, Gray was allowed to continue until his death in 1976, when the land transferred to the Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument. Looks like the roof is old, but... Look at all the light spots.
Yeah.
It's a window for his dog.
Yeah. The original doggy door.
So Fido can look out.
Right.
Huh.
It must have been for hay or something.
Wow. I have looked at this place on Gaia and Google Earth for years. It meets all my expectations. Bates Wells. Pretty neat. Climbing back into the truck, my mind awash in the history of Bates Well, I later discovered the well may have been dug in the 1870s by a W.B. Bates. No relation to me as far as I know, but I'll call him a distant uncle anyway. I'm surprised you didn't break into that cinnamon roll. You didn't even get any utensils out. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna.
I'm proven wrong. I'm gonna. Lunchtime. Turning south toward Cipriano Pass to make our way to the border wall at Quitaboquito Springs, a short distance of 14 miles. Although there was a sign at the beginning of the road advising high clearance four-wheel drive only, we found it a cakewalk with only some deep sand at the very end.
I'm really glad we're not down here in July.
Woo! Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty miserable.
Be a bit balmy, I would think. Sure is different from anything that we're used to.
Yeah, it is.
Upon arriving at Quitaboquito Springs, we were met with quite a different view from our previous trip in 2020. The border wall is a hot-button political topic and one I am conflicted about. To be honest, I don't know where I stand. I like to think it saves lives by limiting the actions of feckless human smugglers, dumping helpless migrants on the U.S. side in an unrelenting, hostile, natural environment to possibly die a horrible death. This is an extremely nuanced topic, and if I'm honest, not one I am well versed in. After leaving Quitabaquito, we rejoined the road and entered Cabeza Prieta National Wildlife Refuge. All of the information I had seen said you must register and display a permit on your dashboard. Upon opening the registration box, we discovered no such forms of any kind. Using my OODA loop and survival skills, I oriented myself to the very large camera on a stick, which I assumed was placed there by the federal government, and through very descriptive hand gestures and many years of mind training, made our intentions known. Soon after the Border Patrol station, we came across the grave of Dave O'Neill, a prospector whom in 1916 had the unfortunate luck to drown in the desert, not far from where he now lies. As the story goes, they found him face down in a puddle with no other bodily injuries. That's some mighty bad luck. Rest easy, Mr. O'Neill. The road became a sunken line in the floor of the desert. I can only imagine the shape this Devil's Road has taken over the last millennia. From lightly trodden Native American footpath to the coming of the Spanish priests and the conquistadores, later the prospectors and miners and cartographers, and finally me. The road is timeless and will carry many more adventurers such as ourselves, looking for much and finding nothing but peace and a love of the less inhabited places on the map. With shadows getting long and nightfall imminent, we pressed on deeper into the magical desert landscape. We were both thankful that day was almost at an end and hoped our campsite would be one of beauty. Camp was located right off the Diablo, just below an old volcanic cinder cone. The campsite was meant to be. We pulled up, stopped, and the spot was perfectly parking lot level. Camping doesn't get any easier. We popped the hood to allow the heat to escape, donned our hiking boots, and climbed to the top of the hillock immediately to the south of us. The view was spectacular.